Hey, what's up, everybody? And what is up, Dad? How's it
Yo yo.
going?
Pretty good. I couldn't have. I'm ready for this to begin because the last one just nothing went my way. So I have a feeling this one's going to go well.
Well, I missed out on a bunch of the not going your way thing, so I didn't get to experience that. 'Cause from what I watched, every part of what I was watching was going well, except for when Nick got a little froze up. But yeah, I mean, we said on Monday, if anyone was here, this stream could go one of two ways. It could go, really exciting and just keep on from where we were, or it could be the complete opposite. And, that's just our luck. Uh, you know, I guess that's where we can start today. The Reds bullpen is trash and David Bell sucks. Uh, yeah. I mean, the least the one I didn't get to watch is the one that won out of the three. And so at least I could say they won one. They didn't get swept.
Yeah, they should have won 2 out of the 3, and I'm with you. I think his playing the sabermetrics and the game of playing analytics instead of coaching with your gut has cost him several games. He's making some severe lapse in judgment, and I think that he's either got to straighten that out or they're headed for less than a 500 season.
And which that is like the most like disappointing thing. Like being a Cincinnati Reds fan, you're used to it, so it's fine. But being a Cincinnati Reds fan and knowing the potential we have with our team, we have a super team, basically. I mean, people don't want to admit that because they have the name Cincinnati Reds on it, but they're still one of the best teams in baseball, and so that's what makes it hurt so bad.
Well, just give it perspective. We have 2 of the considered elite pitchers in the league in our starting rotation in Sonny Gray and Luis Castillo. We have a superstar in the making in the bullpen with TJ Antone. We've also got probably, if not the 2 leading MVP candidates in the National League, both playing outfield and both competing for a batting title, a very adequate infield with a combination of youth and experience. The only thing that we don't have right now is a coaching staff to use them correctly, because I think David Bell misuses his team quite a bit. And we do not have early relievers to fill in the gap and get us to the 8th and 9th inning with no runs being scored.
I mean, I agree. I mean, that game with Sonny Gray, that game was easily theirs if he hadn't got hurt, honestly. I mean, yeah, we watched him blow a 7-run lead a couple days ago, but the way Sonny was pitching, he might have went on longer than 6 innings if they hadn't taken him out. And it turns out it was a groin injury.
Yeah, so he's going to be on the 10-day.
Which really sucks.
Yeah, but you know what? Of all the things it could have been, it wasn't nothing to do with his shoulder, his elbow, or his arm. So
at the end of the day, we can't be that upset. I mean, it was really like, I was over at your house watching the game, and I walk out of the room. Sonny is pitching nasty sliders down the middle, and I come back, and the umpire's talking to the catcher and the coaching, and I was like, what's going on? And then it went to commercial break, and then so I was like, I'll come back in a minute. And then there was someone else on the mound, and I was like, well, what the hell happened? I didn't see it. And so I was really, in the fourth, I think it was like the 4th inning, and I was like, he was pitching so well.
Really he pitched 3 innings. And I know it's not too many, but I don't know if you saw it earlier, but Deletion Parr is in the chat. And then our buddy Frederick Romano, and of course Shelby on the Card Sharks channel is hanging out.
Well, what's up, everybody?
No, I'm thoroughly disappointed. I can't even. I started watching it go awry today.
I didn't watch it all today. I mean, I was like, oh yeah, Joey Votto hit a home run, and then I was like, rain delay, and I was like, all right, rain delay. I'll start playing some 2K and just hang out for a little bit. And I just got caught up in 2K, and the next thing you know, it was just like I'm just getting score updates, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, what happened was that Castillo had 2 outs. There was runners on second and third, and they brought Sims in to pitch for a strikeout. He he threw it. If he'd have kept his breaking ball off the plate, he would have struck that guy out. He was up there swinging, and he wraps one in the corner for another 2-base hit. And then they get another bloop single, and then the next thing you know, it goes from 2-1 the Reds lead to 4-2, and then I'm like, bah humbug, and I kind of walk away, and then I look back a few minutes later, and it's 7-2, and I'm like, when it starts going downhill, it goes downhill quick. So, but yes,
it sucks. It's like when our bullpen basically gives up, it's like everybody gives up.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to keep momentum. Jesse Winker and Nick Castellanos are playing with such intensity. They're carrying this team. I mean, Joey Votto hit a home run today, getting his swing back. That was really good. I'm not saying that.
That's not the highlight of that play. Did you see the kid who caught the ball? That's a Sports Center highlight right there. This dude goes up for it, and you see a kid in the row behind him dive behind him and with a glove and catches it after the dude misses it. That was the best part of that game.
Yeah, I would say so. And just a quick insight for everybody that's in here. If you're expecting to watch us open baseball cards, on regular videos during the week, flip on over to Card Sharks, because we're going to open all our cards there. We may still throw in a pack or two during live streams if people request it. I think that's something we may continue to do, but everything is going over to Card Sharks. Stop in there, give that channel a sub and a notification bell, because there's going to be content every single day, whether it be a short or a full video for baseball and football. But yeah, it'd mean a lot if you go over there and support that one as well.
Yeah, Shelby, if you want to drop the link to that,
I should be good and have it ready, but I'm bad.
No, but if anyone does want us to open cards tonight, I picked through some of the packs we have. Just let us know. Also, I don't know. We got some good stuff coming on Card Sharks. We literally post at least a minimum a short every single day of the week. So there's always something new to watch, whether it's a hit or if it's just a duty pack, because you were bound to have some of those. But we opened a lot of cards this past weekend, and so we have a lot of content to be coming out, and I'm real excited to share it with the world. And so I don't want anyone to miss out. It's going to be fun.
I love the background vocals on the one. Not saying too much about the video, but the sounds that were being made in the background as cards were being flipped. That's all I want to say.
I haven't decided how much of that I'm actually going to cut out, because
I wouldn't cut any of it out. I think it's hilarious and it's well worth it.
It's ridiculous, but you don't want to miss out. We got some good stuff coming out on Card Sharks. I'm supposed to be promoting It's in the Blood, but at this point in time, I'm having just as much fun over on both channels.
The good news about
oh man.
The good news about the Card Sharks is that when you search it on YouTube, it comes right up.
Yeah, like Nick's channel, I was trying to drop his link in your chat earlier just to help him out a little bit, because I do it every time I'm in there. And you search Take It On, you can't freaking find it. And he's got his own URL.
Man, I'm telling you what, it already starts.
You know what, Mark? I want to sit here and rip on you. I do, but I missed you being in here. I really did.
Yeah, I mean, it actually gets Mark is entertainment. He's got entertainment value.
I have fun when Mark is here. I mean, not that I don't always have fun, but I enjoy his presence.
But if we go on down that list, yeah, I think the bullpen is trash. It needs to be fixed. And
Oh yeah, complete garbage.
I don't know that they're gonna. Congratulations, Mark. Uh, consistent baseball wins over the course of a season, and right now you guys are playing consistent baseball. I don't like it, but you are.
Yeah, I don't like to admit it, but the Cubs have been a little hot. I mean, they got their butts tapped when they went to where was it, San Francisco. But other than that, they've been fairly consistent. So there's not much to say right there. Yeah, dude, Amir Garrett he's stuck in his head, dude. He used to be real good, but it's just like, I mean, I wouldn't say real good, but he's got one of those pitches that not everyone has. And so like he's too emotional and messed up in the head, and so he needs to go to rehab before he can play baseball.
Yeah, he's all mental. He's got probably, Mark, and you've probably seen fairly well, through a bunch of different guys. For a left-hander, he's probably got one of the nastiest sliders when his head is right that I've ever seen. It's completely unhittable. It starts out in the zone and it ends up 3 foot off the plate. I mean, it's completely unhittable. And yeah, well, you know what? He's a lot of bark, and he definitely has a lot of balls, but I call that stupidity because, like when he charged Pittsburgh, you know what? Don't get me wrong. Yeah, no shit. Yasiel Puig, Benzo
Yasiel Puig is a douche. The only thing I liked about him is about 2-3 years ago, every Reds player, they weren't even in it for baseball. They were in it for having a good time and being funny. And, he just fit in with that crew. But other than that, he's a tool, man. I don't like him.
Yeah, you know what? I've been busy tonight. So I guess I take it that Garrett Cole put it on Minnesota tonight, if I had to guess. Frederick Romano. Yeah, to answer that question, we are actually working on several potential interviews to do in here as a group, and nothing to be announced, but it may more than high school. It will probably be there's the potential for a former major league player, a former NFL player, and the potential for a.
But let's rephrase that: a former World Series champion, because that's important.
Yeah, but there's a couple people that we have actually are working on doing some of these things with, because the same format that I use over for my other stream, we want to implement to some degree in here on occasion to kind of keep it mixed up and keep a different vibe going in here. And then a couple big name guys would really work out. But there's one NFL guy that we have the possibility, and definitely a former major leaguer that we have a possibility with.
Yeah, I mean the baseball one is probably more likely right now, but we're gonna continue working.
Yep. So I mean, just you'll see it as long as you have the bell clicked. You'll see if one of those pulls out. Yeah, Mark, we've actually been doing a little bit of real work in here instead of just coming in here and talking shit. We're actually doing things to promote actual growth. So it could end up nice, and it'll definitely end up somewhat good, because I know that one of the three that we're working on will get. I guarantee it. But yeah, I was going to look up that score, Benzo. I want to see how that turned out. So what was your initial thought, Alexandra, of I actually think the right man won MVP this year? How would you address that?
Well, the thing is I didn't realize this was gonna become such a controversial thing almost. But there are a lot of people mad about him winning MVP this year. And, I mean, he made history. So with being the first Denver Nugget to ever win that award. And so, first of all, I think that's super awesome, to be able to bring that award home. He's been fighting for it for the last couple of years. I thought he was also honestly going to have a chance at it last year. But I don't think. I mean, look, when you throw Steph Curry's name in the mix, everyone's like, "Well, if he doesn't win, it's unfair," Which I get it because that man is talented. He doesn't miss. Like he can shoot half court shots with his eyes closed. But also I feel like the big man don't usually win that award. Comparative to people like Steph Curry. And so, I'm super happy for him. I'm happy for their organization. I think he deserves it. I mean, not this playoff run they're having right now, but other than that, the regular season, he never really gave up. He's also like a big man. Like I said, the tall boys don't usually win awards like that because they don't put up 50 points a game.
Well, here, I'm going to read you some numbers, and you tell me if this is a center or a point guard. 26.4 points per game, 10.8 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and 31% from the three-point line.
I mean, it sounds like it could be a decent center or an average point guard. I mean, other than the rebounds, point guards don't usually get 10 rebounds a game.
Yeah, some do. I mean, but, at the end of the day, those numbers are what get you to a championship game. And, they may not make it to the championship, but they're definitely showing up. I mean, that's solid numbers. And I think the guy was definitely deserving because, he was a leader for his team. And, I know that there's a lot of people crying that Embiid should have got it, but
I mean, yeah, I know the controversy started because he beat out Steph, but Embiid was also in that talk, and I agree, but I think he was deserving even last year, and he just stepped up even bigger this year, and so he was just proving his case more, and so I don't know, I like that they did that. It's almost like seeing the underdog win something that would never happen in a million years, in my opinion.
Also, he is the lowest draft pick to ever win MVP.
Yeah, see, there was just a lot of history with this award, with him winning it, and people don't agree with that, but I think it's really cool. I think it's a really special thing, and I'm actually really happy for him.
Yeah, it feels like it went to the right guy. I mean, he's played very hard. Here's the other thing. If you want, I'll just take it down, and I don't care. The comparison between him and Embiid is that guess what? He stayed healthy all year. Being on the floor for your team, I think that should count towards that as well. I don't think that that's one of the takeaways from Embiid is that he's always seems to be hurt and spends time off the court. And I'm super stoked. I really think the NBA got it right. I think they couldn't have picked a better player for it.
I think he got like 71% of the votes too. So it wasn't like a close so that's why I don't understand why people are so upset.
I guess it's just people that want to see the same three guys be MVP. I mean, in all honesty, I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of dudes that I could put in consideration, but as a whole season, it's just well, you have to be consistent with those numbers all year to be in consideration. Look, Steph Curry went on an incredible run right before the playoffs. That last solid month was insane. He was averaging 50 points a game, doing what he had to get his team back up because they slipped really far. And, that's awesome. That is why he was in question for MVP. But he didn't do that all year. He allowed his team to slip far enough for him to have to do that. And so, Jokic, he performed all season long. He showed up. He did his job. They won games. Like you said, Joel Embiid was hurt half the season. If he had played a full season with those stats that put him in the contention for MVP, I'm not saying that he wouldn't have won it at that point in time. But, Jokic showed consistency over the entire season and just did his job. And so, like, I don't think there's any question if it's between those three guys this year, that's who I would have picked. And it's not anything against the other two.
Yeah, you can make argument for a few other guys to be in the conversation, but I don't think anybody else dominated and did as much for their team and carried their team through and is still in the playoffs, honestly, than Jokic.
I'm just happy that the list of names weren't as follows: Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi, like the same guys that are always, Steph Curry made it because of that run he made. All those guys didn't do those things this year. A lot of those guys were hurt most of the year. But, yeah, I'm impressed with Steph's April run before the playoffs. Like, that was, insane. But I think consistency is more important, and that's why, even over in the NFL, that's why Aaron Rodgers, won the MVP award. Over, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, anybody like in that category, because I feel I can comfortably put Josh Allen in a category with Patrick Mahomes. That's why Aaron Rodgers won. I mean, the thing is he played all 16 games. Patrick Mahomes was hurt a game or two, and he didn't play week 17. And so I get it, but, like, I don't know. It's just like if you show up every single day and you put up incredible numbers every single day.
And you know what? You don't hear him being a drama queen on SportsCenter doing talk shows where he's talking crap.
No. I mean, he's a funny guy.
He's a professional. No. And Benzo, if you're still in here, Garrett Cole pitched a pretty masterful game against the Twins yesterday.
And the Twins are a tough team.
They're not doing so well right now.
They're not doing so well right now, but as a whole, it's like Cincinnati. They have a really good team.
Absolutely. But anyway, the whole point
and the only reason I know that is because Wyatt's World is the biggest Twins fan in the world. And so, this year I've heard a lot about him. A lot of bitching.
So, I was preparing for this, and I know that I mentioned it to you about it being
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is my freaking boy. Like, I'm just going to throw that out there. I think he's the best quarterback in the league, and that's biased, but I think it's also true, especially if you watch the Super Bowl and seeing the shit that he did. It's just, it wasn't his fault he lost. But Josh Allen, yeah, I mean, they're around the same age, but he's got just like a couple more things. He's like I could compare him to Justin Herbert right now and be very comfortable with it. And the only difference in them is just a couple years of experience. Is like when he's losing, he needs he matured a lot over the last season. Like I knew it was gonna happen. But the thing is when he's losing, he thinks he's got to throw the ball as fast as he can, as much as he can to catch up. Like he panics under, pressure, and that is where he needs to grow a little further. And he tries to throw his way out, and that's where his mistakes come from. And drop passes and turnovers and things like that. If he can correct that, he's got the arm strength. He just needs a little more accuracy and a little more maturity under pressure.
I can tell you safely that I can name 10 guys that are going to be in the MVP category this year for the NFL, and one of them will not be Carson Wentz.
I don't think Mark's still in here, but yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm going to put a safe bet that I think Jamar Chase might win Rookie of the Year.
Maybe.
I mean, if Joe Burrow stays healthy, I think he might have 1,500 yards just to try to beat JJ's record from last year.
I would love to see that.
When they are that young, a year or 3 of season. Yeah, I agree. That's what, like, I think Justin Herbert is going to have an even better year this year because, one, he was thrown into the NFL. He was supposed to sit a whole season, and they stabbed Tyrod Taylor in the heart, and, and he got thrown in. And he did really well. His first game was against the defending Super Bowl champs. And then he had to go into New Orleans. He had to go into Tampa Bay. He had tough games, and he was just a rookie mistake or two that could have been corrected from winning those games. Like, they should have won those games, and then he got panicked and threw an interception, and that's what lost the game. Or just one little mistake. And I think after getting year one out of the way and him playing all but one game, that kid, he's going to be huge. And I think the same with Josh Allen. They had such a successful year this year, and, I'm a Chiefs fan and I'm a Bengals fan, but, like, I appreciate good football. And so in terms, I like watching the Bills because there was good football there this year. And I think after having such a successful year with Sean McDermott as head coach, he got Stephon Diggs, which was his, another thing he needed was a number one receiver that he could depend on. And he has Cole Beasley. And, Cole Beasley's awesome, but the thing with him is like he was battling with injury all season. And but hopefully he got healthy in this offseason. And I think having a winning season under their belt and doing things that, they haven't been able to do for the last 20 years as an organization because of Tom Brady being with the Patriots with Bill Belichick, just stomping them down. I think this is going to be another big year. I could see a rematch of the AFC Championship again, same two teams. Do you foresee any comeback quarterbacks this year? Well, it's not going to be Ben Roethlisberger. Dak Prescott, maybe. If his ankle healed the way that it was supposed to in the right way, he was on pace to throw for 6,000 yards and 60 touchdowns last year. So, as much as I hate to say it because I hate the Dallas Cowboys, I think he honestly might win Comeback Player of the Year. I think he'll have a really big season. I don't think they're going to even win their division, but I think he's going to have a big season. Joey B, I'm not counting him out yet. They did fix his O-line a little bit and added some pieces from the draft. And, he only got to play 10 games this year, 10 games, I think. And, I think they have one of the most elite offensive, group of guys, wide receivers and running back that can catch also with T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Chase, and even their fourth guys, Auden Tate, guys like that they've kept around. They've got some solid. If Thaddeus Moss is healthy, they picked him up in free agency. And Uzoma, if he gets healthy, they've got him. I think they have an elite offense, and as long as they can protect Joe Burrow, I think Joe Burrow is I think he's going to be incredible this year, honestly. I mean, that dude is pure. He's what football was made for, His brain is, wake up football. Like, he treats it like a job, like you should, and he loves it. He's very passionate, and there's nothing I don't respect about that guy because of the way he treats the game.
Yeah, well said. I think Cam Newton has the opportunity to be that guy this year.
Yeah, and as much as I was sitting here just talking big on the Bills, look, I don't think the Patriots are going to let them stomp them into the ground this year. Like last year, the Patriots were hardly a team. They were like a practice squad. And that was due to opt-outs and not having any money and all of that. And, Bill Belichick spent almost $200 million in free agency this year for the first time in 20 years. And so, Cam Newton has one of the most elite tight end groups with Matthew Judon and Hunter Henry together. Hunter Henry is really young, and he got to play with Herbert last year. and I think he's only going to get better, as long as he stays healthy. And I think, Cam's got a lot to work with this year, plus the edge of having his replacement sitting right behind him.
Yeah, I think that's another one that's got a good opportunity. Now
I think Andy Dalton might have a comeback here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he only plays half the season though. I think they give God, I can't even say his name.
Fields?
Justin Fields the opportunity to learn a little bit, not put a ton of pressure on him to start
but
with.
You can't tell me if he doesn't come out slinging hot like his hair, man, that they're just going to bench him.
No, that may happen. I mean, he's got to come out and play well. But here's the thing. I'm not going to have Justin Fields' first start be against the Rams and let him die. I mean, honestly, I love Andy Dalton, but if you're going to let a quarterback die in your first game, I would rather see Andy Dalton be dead.
I think that's week 2, isn't it?
I thought they played the Rams week 1.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It's either 1 or 2. I know it's up there really soon. But, long story short, Carson Wentz does have the opportunity to be comeback player of the year.
Look. They have all of the right tools. It's going to come out. I mean, they played the Rams week 2, so that's what there was. The Colts play the Rams week 2. You're going to figure out if he's going to be worth the shit very quickly because they have an insane team. They have an insane defense. They have a great offensive line. They have a great wide receiver, tight end. They have the best running back class in the league. They've got 3 top 10 talents. I mean, 2 of them aren't top 10 yet, but that's because they're young and, Jonathan Taylor's standing in front of them. It's hard to compare. But they stepped in while he was hurt, but they got Marlon Mack and Nyheim Hines. Carson Wentz has it all laid out for him. If the Colts do shitty, it is 100% his fault. Like, it's going to come out really quick if he's worth a shit or not. Cam Newton is not the best. I figure out which receiver is the best percentage player to throw as the play develops. But he does have Bill Belichick, and he's been looking pretty decent in this offseason right now since they started throwing the ball and running around and everything. A lot of people have come in here and was like either a Patriots fan or they hated Cam Newton. They've thrown slander at Cam Newton at us in here. And so, I don't like the Patriots any more than the next guy, but I think he has a good season.
Oh yeah, I don't think that they have 2 seasons like this year in a row. I don't think
there's
Belichick
no way.
Will.
No, Belichick would have an aneurysm and die. There's no way.
And how quickly we stemmed right over into football today. I
read something interesting.
Sweet, go.
That the Houston Texans suspended all of their mini camps because they didn't want to address their quarterback situation.
That's childish.
Yeah, I saw. I was looking. You want to know how I actually found it? I was trying to figure out how to spell Jokic's name, and so I went to Yahoo instead of just Googling it. I went to the Yahoo Sports app, and I was just scrolling, and I figured I'd come across one headline about the whole MVP thing, and I didn't. But I came across the Houston Texans suspending their OTAs or whatever, their mini camps, which is just prolonging this Deshaun Watson thing because they don't want to address their quarterback situation. Just let Tyrod Taylor play and be done with it, make him your starter. Look, okay, here's a good example for you. Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. Look, they got a shit show going on over there. But you know what? They have Jordan Love taking all their first quarterback reps, and so they're not just throwing away their season. Like, that's how big of a dumpster fire Houston is. Like, that's why this team is not going to be in an organization in the next 5 years.
God, I just can't. So, from what I've read and what I've heard a little bit, that the possibility that the Deshaun Watson thing is going to go away is looming out there. So do they think that they're just going to get him back and all is going to be well?
Yeah, they think he's just going to trot back in and show up for camp. No. This is the Aaron Rodgers thing and his thing are the same things.
Yes.
It's exactly the same. If Aaron Rodgers isn't going to, show up to his OTAs, what makes you think Deshaun Watson is? Look, no, it's never going to happen. That dude is never stepping foot in that building again unless he's a starter quarterback for another team that plays Houston. He is never going back. It's not happening. I don't care. He's not even going to sit the bench. He won't show up. I got money on it. I'll put any money on it. He won't show back up.
But to be in the head of the organization of the Houston Texans, you should say, hey, Tyrod Taylor is my QB1 right now. You know what?
It's Tyrod.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care who it is. It could be. There are
thirds. Look, though, listen to this, Houston doesn't have a quarterback. Well, they got Tyrod Taylor, and I hope they keep him and give him a chance. Even though he's not going to do anything there, the man deserves a whole season. He got stolen from last year, so his doctor tried to kill him. But, if they would have been smart just a few weeks ago before this Rodgers thing escalated this bad, they were taking offers for Jordan Love. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers for a whole year, despite whether they have faith in him or not. He still had that. And, I feel like he would have been all right. They should have started throwing things at Green Bay.
Did you see any of the practice tape from him?
Yeah, I was watching something today about it.
So day one, he looks like a rookie quarterback, right? Day two, they were trying to cool him off because, quote unquote, he was that hot.
Yeah, and the Green Bay was just willing to get rid of him just a few weeks ago. Everyone should have been jumping on that, and especially that division because, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to play there next year. Take all they have. I'm surprised Chicago didn't go after him. I get that, Minnesota picked up Kellen Mond, but I'm surprised they didn't go after Jordan Love as another quarterback. So in case Kirk Cousins gets hurt and they want to keep Kellen Mond sitting, I'm surprised no one went after him. They were like, send us your offers. We'll get rid of him. We don't care. Let Green Bay tank themselves.
Yeah, that organization, you can't. You know what? I still, as much as I don't agree with the way he went about it, I think Aaron Rodgers is right. I think their organization is garbage. I don't think they have the right mindset, and that proves it, that they're willing to get rid of Jordan Love to keep Aaron Rodgers when they should know that Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be there.
But Frederick, JJ is now an Arizona Cardinal, and now they have an elite defensive line, and I think they're going to win the NFC. So.
Yeah, that NFC
between them and the Rams.
That NFC West is going to be fun to watch.
It's a bloodbath every single divisional game. But yeah, I agree completely. I know we're sick of talking about Aaron Rodgers, but more things just keep happening. And so, it's like nothing is getting solved, but more things are happening. But yeah, I think Houston should have jumped all over that. Took Jordan Love. I don't care what anybody says. He went that high in the draft when he wasn't supposed to go first round or whatever. So he's got potential.
Atlanta would have been a great spot for him. They should have jumped on it.
Matt Ryan, dude.
They should.
But I mean, Green Bay had the right idea. Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to be there forever. They need to develop someone behind him. Aaron Rodgers, a little bitch boy, and got upset. Yeah, they should have told him. That's the only shitty thing about it. I still think they should have done it, but they should have told him. He was going to do this either way, whether you told him or not. But I still think Green Bay made the right decision by getting him. There was no way that this was going to go over easily because of who Aaron Rodgers is. And so how else are you supposed to develop a quarterback? You piss the one you have off, or you don't do it at all. And so I think they made the right decision for the long run.
Yeah, it's going to work out really soon. I mean, it's got to happen very soon. I think Houston and Green Bay, it's a good thing that Green Bay still has Jordan Love. I agree with you wholeheartedly because they will still win 10 or 11 games with him as starting quarterback, even if he's
not. Make it to the AFC Championship, Dad. That's what they do. They'll make it there and choke to whoever.
But, at the end of the day, where Aaron Rodgers goes and gets to play, who knows how that's going to play out this year.
As soon as he signs with another team, if he does, all these betting odds are going to get flipped around.
Yeah, I mean,
everything is just going to go boom. But I guarantee Green Bay doesn't sink that far in the betting odds. Damn. But what was I gonna say? I lost. Oh, I can't help but think that all of these weird theories and questions that we have surrounding these organizations and these quarterbacks and whatever, I can't help but think that this is all going to be solved before July.
I think there's just too much stuff in the in the leadership of these teams and the management that's really shitty. I think all of them are. I don't think they have professionals working those jobs. I think they're just plugging people in because, hey, this guy was a coach. Hey, this guy's good with players. I don't think they're plugging professionals in, and they definitely haven't taken their HR classes at work.
Oh, we got an excited puppy. Someone's home.
Yeah, Gene's home. Door's wound up. But so, anywho, I know we wasn't intending on too much NFL early on in this conversation today, but the Jazz have taken a commanding lead over the Clippers in this game too. I think a 2-0 lead is pretty sizable in that series. What do you think?
I mean, I think the same about the Nuggets in the Suns series. Suns, well, there's big controversy. They think that the Nuggets just stopped playing completely, purposefully. And I didn't watch it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say yeah, that happened. Like, I didn't watch it. But I think the first round of playoffs going down 2-0 is recoverable. But in the round 2 or even the finals, it's a lot harder to recover because you're going to put so much effort into, getting back to even with the other team that you're going to be too wore out to finish it. And that's what happened to the Heat last year in the finals.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Milwaukee winning they had to win today, so they probably expended a ton of energy. The Nets probably come back in Game 4 and beat them badly again.
But the thing is the final score was 83-86. That is a really, really low score. That's like a high-scoring college game. That's a low-scoring NBA game. And so I think both teams are exhausted after this one because it was all defense.
Yeah, I didn't well, you know what I can do? I can go through it really fast.
Ooh. 2017 update Jesse Winker and Nick Castellanos 2014 Series 1 rookie card. Those are pretty solid grabs. The only one I have of either of those players at this moment is I think it was a top Series 1 from this year, just a base Jesse Winker card. But Jesse Winker's my boy. Every Sunday, if anyone sees me, I'm wearing a Jesse Winker jersey every Sunday. Always showing love to the boy.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that KD had a very bad game.
That goes to show, like out of their power trio, they're not very used to playing with all three.
Well, they
But
didn't.
when KD is one of the 2 or 3 involved, he usually has a really good game.
I mean, he scored 30 points, but he also missed 17 shots. And then at the same time,
when you say it that way, 30 points is a lot, especially when your team doesn't even break 100.
yeah, but he went 11 for 28. That's a lot of empty possessions. If that number is just a few, if that number is 3, closer to 50%, then if he hits 14, if he hits 3 more shots out of them 28, they probably win the game. Kyrie was less than 50%. He was 9 for 22 and only went 2 for 8 on the 3-point line. It's all about their percentages.
That's what I'm saying. I think this would have been a good game to watch. Yeah, it was ugly, but it was very defensive, and 99% of the world would be like, well, that was a shitty game, no matter who won. But I appreciate defense in every sport, and I think that's a good game. If you can make your superstars make the other team superstars miss that many shots, you're doing something right.
Yeah, in that game
What
there.
were Giannis's stats?
Giannis played well. Giannis was about the same, 14 for 31, 33 points. But Chris Middleton put up 35 points and hit 3 for 6 from 3-pointers. So their main 2 guys put up numbers.
Well, I mean, Giannis's stats right there didn't sound any different than KD's and Kyrie's.
No, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. This was an all defensive game because add Middleton, Giannis, Kyrie, and KD's misses together, and tell me how many points that is. That could have been scored in this game, but weren't.
Oh, I agree. And at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it's an ugly game. It was an ugly, ugly game. That Chris Middleton, he had 35 and 15. He had 15 boards. Well, Giannis had 14. Giannis.
Did Joe Harris play?
No, I don't think so.
For Brooklyn?
Don't think so. Oh, yeah, he did. He only scored 3 points.
That's crazy because, most of the season, which no one talks about him in Brooklyn because of their trio. That's all that gets talked about. But he was leading the NBA in most 3-point shots.
1
over
for 7
Steph for a long time.
I think they come back in Game 4 and dominate again. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I think with ease. Honestly.
I mean, that's probably be the bet of the week.
I don't know if you watched any of the playoffs in the NBA last year.
A little bit.
But the Bucks were in it, and Giannis is just not good in the playoffs. Yeah, he put up that many points, but also look how many misses he had. When you're 7 foot tall, 7 foot whatever, and you don't even have to jump to dunk, you should never miss.
Well, I don't want to say never, but
Well, no one can reject him from dunking because no one can jump as high as he can. If he goes up to the board, there's no way 2 points and shouldn't be scored. And if someone tries to, there's no way that 3 points, but he can't shoot free throws either, which is a big downfall of his. And so Giannis is not good. There's no way the Bucks win this series. It's not possible because last year in their playoff run, they had to take Giannis out to win games.
Yeah, because
he just got everything he could because he wanted to be the star.
Look at the Clippers and Jazz game today. It's in the third quarter, and the third quarter is just barely underway. And Donovan Mitchell has got 30. He's also 6 and 9 from 3-pointers, 12 from 8 from regular. That's winning numbers.
Dude, Donovan Mitchell is so underrated because he plays for the Jazz, which were the hottest team all season, and still somehow underrated.
Rudy Gobert only has 7 points in this game.
Oh yeah, but I just played against the Jazz in 2K, and I got drafted to the Suns, and They kicked my ass, dude. I couldn't, I'm a point guard, and I couldn't keep up with Donovan Mitchell. I couldn't. I mean, granted, my player is only like a 69 overall because it's his 5th NBA game ever. He's still a rookie. But he kicked my ass. They're just good. They're so underrated. For being one of the best teams in the league right now, they're still underrated.
Yeah, and yesterday's game with the Suns over the Nuggets, it doesn't look like they quit per se. I mean, they still put up 31 points in the fourth quarter. They were trying. They just couldn't keep up with the scoring.
Dude, Devin Booker has been insane in the playoffs.
Chris Paul had 15 assists and 17 points.
I mean, look, Chris Paul is, in my opinion, equally important in the MVP conversation, but not for the same reasons. He was never going to win it unless he scored 50 points a game. He was never going to win it. But, I still consider him a valid candidate this year, but not for the reason they put Steph, the reason they put Joel, and the reason they put Jokic. Like, he improved that team with his presence. Even on days he doesn't perform at all, everyone else performs around him because of him. Not because they're not talented. They are talented. But that was enough to give them that push they needed to be great.
Well, just look at his stat line. 15 assists means that he made 15 passes that equaled in a basket.
At least 30 points.
Yeah, at least. And I'm sure most of them were kickouts to three-point shots. And look at, like, the guys that shot. Jay Crowder was 3 for 4 from behind the line. E'Twaun Moore was 1 for 2. Devin Booker was 3 for 7. Devin Booker only scored 18 points.
Which is probably his lowest playoff game yet.
I mean, but they hit their shots. Everybody contributed. They had 6 guys in double figures in that game.
Dude, I love that team, man.
That is a product of your point guard playing well.
I just love that team, I already loved that team, but, like, this team is so good. Like, Jay Crowder is great. Chris Paul is a fantastic leader. Devin Booker is young and upcoming, but still getting better every season. And this playoff run is proving his worth. They got DeAndre Ayton, incredible.
I mean, honestly, this is who I want to see win the NBA.
That's who I want to see. As soon as the Clippers knocked the Mavs out, it was all in on the Suns. Like, I like the idea of the Nets getting a ring and Steve Nash getting a ring, even as a coach. I love that, just because I love him. But deep down, like, I would rather. It would be an ultimate matchup: the Brooklyn Nets and Steve Nash versus the Phoenix Suns in the finals. I would love that. Either way, Steve wins.
So, what do you expect in tomorrow night's games? We got the 76ers go to Atlanta at 7:30.
I don't know, man. That's a tough series.
Isn't that one you just kind of flip a coin?
Yeah, because it's just like, who decides to be hotter when they walk in the door? It doesn't matter where they're at. Who is feeling themselves more when they walk in?
And then at 10 o'clock, you got the Suns going to Denver. And if they can steal that game, they almost lock themselves
there's no way that they lose after that.
Yeah, if they can sneak, because Denver's going to throw their best shot. If they can either win that game or back off and rest their guys a little bit during that game and go for it on game 4, because that's a coaching choice right there, however you want to play it.
Somebody said Sixers by 12. Jesus Christ. I don't think either of those teams are winning by 12.
God, I don't wonder what the line is on that. We don't have our resident bookie in here, do we?
No, I feel like I would know if she was here, but she hasn't said anything, so I do not think so.
Yeah, I really want to see that one go to the Hawks, but we'll see. But yeah, we got those 2 games tomorrow night. And then Saturday we got the Jazz and the Clippers again. And then, man, I'm telling you what, they're really spreading these games out.
No, I mean, yeah, the finals don't start till July. Hang on, I'm looking up the point spread.
It's got to be
the 76ers are 1.5 point favorite on the road in game 3. 1.5. And she said by 12. That's not going to happen. And if it does, you know what? Good job, man. Like, yeah, it's not going to happen. I could see either of them having a really hot game and maybe pulling off 12, but I'd say if they won by big numbers, it'd be 8. I can't see either team.
This series is going to be less than 10 points regardless, no matter what.
I agree. I think 8 is the highest number either team wins.
You know what the other thing that's kind of interesting
she
about?
She said I was just messing. I don't think that'll happen at all. Yeah, there's no way. I just like this is like a fairly matched, just like like the fairly matched matchup between these two teams right now and the way they're playing.
Yeah,
if one of them wins by 12, they're going pretty far. They're going to give the next team down the line a run.
Well, the thing of it is that I'm looking at this game and looking at it. There is nobody in the 76ers organization right now that's on the injured list, and that's really unusual this time of year.
I mean, it's because they spent half the season being there. They got healthy.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like the Nets, right? They're trying to get healthy at the end.
Yeah, but James Harden went out again, and so they're never going to be 100% healthy unless they have 6 months off.
Yeah, he's going to sit. I think he's going to sit until – you're right, Shelby. That is weirdly impressive because the 76ers is full of injury-prone players. I mean, honestly.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, he spent a good portion of the season hurt. But, yeah, I mean I think everybody tries to get healthy for the playoffs. Look at LeBron. That's how he plays. He tries to get healthy at the playoff time. But, they just they went way far down. I keep hearing Dame Lillard is going to be a Laker next year.
You know what I heard, and I love this even more? Dame Lillard a Maverick. I heard that yesterday or this morning or whenever, and someone already photoshopped a picture of him in a Mavs jersey next to Luka, and I was just too happy seeing that. I love that. Luka, Dame, and Porzingis. That's the power 3 I want in my life.
That's pretty solid right there. That could be pretty solid for a few years to come too.
Oh, yeah, dude. That would make me so happy, dude. I would buy a Dame Mavericks jersey.
Yeah, well, I tell you what.
I could see him going to the Clippers before the Lakers if we're talking Los Angeles.
Yeah, you talk ESPN morning.
Yeah, but let's be real here. ESPN's not where you need to get your information because half the time they lie. That's why athletes hate them.
Yeah, generally though, ESPN is really good on LA NBA stuff. They normally have it figured out. So,
well, I mean, someone's got to replace LeBron when he goes crying and runs back to Cleveland, probably.
I think LeBron sticks it out.
You just said last week that you think that LeBron is gone.
I thought they were going to split it up, but I kind of feel like he's going to stick it out for one more championship in his mind, but I don't think he's getting another one in LA.
Yeah, see, they don't know what they're talking about half the time. I agree. ESPN is like the worst place to get any useful information.
Except for when it comes to Los Angeles NBA. They're always on it. They had the unibrow dude. They had Kawhi first. Bron's going back to 6.
Hang on, I'm going to show you this.
That's awesome.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want. That's the one move I want to see it happen in the NBA offseason.
Yeah, Frederick, I
They got to
agree.
do what they can to get Damian Lillard because they would be elite. Well, Frederick, the thing about LeBron is he wants to play with his kid. And that's why he's going to do everything he can to stay in the league until he can play with his kid. Just like freaking Frank Gore, except for I'm pretty sure Frank Gore is eligible to play with his kid now.
I do not think LeBron will be in the league when his kid is in the league.
I don't know. I told you it won't happen until after Bronny's in the league. That's what he wants. LeBron James always gets what he wants. It's just facts. LeBron is the Tom Brady of the NBA, and they always get what they want. He's going to keep playing. Even if he averages 2 minutes a game, he's going to keep playing until he can be in the league with his kid. So he can either, one, play with his kid, or two, beat his kid's ass. One of the two. Yeah, I mean, I think, this last couple of weeks have really shown his age, but I think he could hold off one more year at least. 2 years, it just depends on what happens next year as long as he stays healthy. I know he puts over $1 million into his body a year, so he should be able to stay healthy, but I mean, he's getting up there in age.
You know what? When you start pushing 36, 37, 38,
at least it's not Tom Brady, dude. Tom Brady's one hit away from never walking again.
Well, that's just it. Your bone structure starts to deteriorate a little bit. Your muscle mass diminishes. You're just not the same person. I don't care what you think. You may be athletic enough to play, but when you get hurt, it takes that much longer to repair and to replenish. You don't have that extra bulk, and you don't have that, for a rough season, because the NBA is rough. And I just don't see it. I mean, you're right. Tom Brady is one hit away from death.
Yeah, he's one hit away from never walking again.
Yeah, he may be drooling on himself. I mean, because you're not the same person.
40-something now?
Who?
Brady?
43.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's like high end of 40s. Or like comparatively to like Aaron Rodgers, like even Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees, he's way older than all of them.
Yeah, Brees is like 40, 41. Roethlisberger's 37, 38.
Rodgers is like 37, 36.
Yeah, but, at the same time, I mean, even Roethlisberger has a better body structure than Brady for longevity. I mean, he's bigger, he's bulkier, so he can take more of a hit. Brady's just lean. Don't get me wrong, Brady's a tremendous athlete for his age, but you're right, one hit, and this is all over.
I hope it's Chase Young. I hope it's Chase Young.
For his mentality, I hope it's not. Because
No, I know, but like the fact that Chase Young wants to get at him so bad. It's his idol. Of course he wants to get at him. They play on opposite sides of the ball.
Yeah, I don't. I just if something bad happens to him, I think that really changes the dynamic of guys trying to play into the twilight years.
Well, the thing is the reason that football is the way it is now, like the whole quarterback thing, is because of him. They wanted to protect him, so they made all these rules and stuff so strict.
Yeah,
it's not the injuries. It's not the Dak Prescott, the Alex Smith. It's not that. It's the Tom Brady is why quarterbacks get the protection they get from the refs now. It's because they're like, well, Tom Brady's getting really old, but we don't want to make it seem like we're doing it for him, so we got to do it for everybody.
So, at the end of the day, we got a few NBA games that are, come Monday, we're going to know a lot about each of the conference finals.
Good thing Brockton isn't in the chat tonight. You know what? You said his name, so I feel like he might just emerge. Every time I start talking about Tom Brady, he shows up.
He's got to be asleep.
Yeah, probably.
We're going to have plenty of NBA to talk about next week, and hopefully, I'm still hopeful that the Reds are going to win some games here, but
they got a 2-game series coming up.
I haven't even looked at what's next. I couldn't get over today.
Yeah, they got a 2-game series, and then they play the Brewers again. I think that maybe the Twins. I don't know. I can't remember. The Rockies. They play the Rockies next, which I'm not happy about that. I don't like watching Cincinnati play the Rockies this year.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about Friday's game against the Rockies. So, Tyler Malley's on the line. He's pitching like a number one right now. He's probably the most consistent pitcher we got as far as starters go, and we didn't even talk about him earlier.
I mean, I like Wade too. Wade and Tyler Malley. Malley and Miley.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are – we have got the starters. We just got to get a few bullpen. You know what?
We got Lorenzen coming to the bullpen soon.
Yeah, he will be there by the end of this month, I believe is what they said the last time. But, we have got to win. We got to keep putting up some wins because we're now back 2 games under 500 again. We've got to get over 500 and push because at the end of the season last year and the end of those 60 games, that's what we did. We climbed up to 500. We pushed a couple games over and made the playoffs. But we fell, 6 games below, and they just can't afford that. I mean, it just can't afford it because I don't think we got the bullpen like we had last year.
I'm going to go ahead and drop this link since we hit our hour mark.
Yep, I am.
If anybody wants to come up and hang out with us, and probably Shelby because she's home now, hit that link and come chat with us.
Yay, Shelby.
But yeah, I mean, I think Michael Lorenzen coming back and at least being in our bullpen will help close out some games. Lucas Sims isn't horrible, and TJ is going to be amazing. He really is. I don't care what Mark has to say.
TJ needs to be your highest leverage pitcher in your bullpen. So it doesn't necessarily need to be the 9th inning. Whenever the game is tight and you need outs and you need to get through a couple outs, that's who you need to bring in. Right now, he's pitching that consistent. I think everything else.
Hendricks and Hembry and all of them, they're not bad. They just need to be put in the right position. So, was it Hembry who came in for Sonny? He came in too early, it was a bad situation.
It was Doolittle first. They gave up the first run.
But even Doolittle, he was put in a bad situation, couldn't handle the pressure of that situation. Being brought in the 4th inning. It's not something he's used to seeing.
Well, we don't. That's what we don't have in this team. Is we don't have a middle reliever. We don't have a guy that comes in and gives you 3 or 4 innings to try to get you when your starter does bad. We don't have that guy. Lorenzen could be that guy.
Yeah, after a week or 2 in the bullpen, I think he could be that guy once he gets warmed back up and accustomed to playing again.
Yeah, I really feel like they need to win Friday and they need to win Saturday.
We're very hit or miss against the Rockies.
It's how they've been all year, though. They've been inconsistent.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
And it's disappointing.
I mean, it's just disheartening. I'm not surprised, but it's disheartening. What was I gonna say? Also, David Bell sucks.
Yeah.
Also, stop Asian hate. We love Shogo. The world loves Shogo. Let Shogo play. We love Shogo.
I think I'm going to buy an Akiyama jersey just for the fact.
Thanks for hanging out, Frederick. It was good talking with you. Hopefully we catch you the next time.
Yeah, I always appreciate your opinions, Frederick.
For sure. Anybody who wants to come in and talk sports for reals, we're always down. Is Shelby alive?
Is she froze? There she goes.
No, I did that. See if it helped.
Wait, pretend to be froze.
Oh, she went out on her own that time.
Yep, she was locked up.
Well, while we're waiting on her to get adjusted, did you want to open any cards?
You can if you like. If you're that gung ho to open one.
Dude, I'm always that gung ho, and the best part about opening them on the stream is I don't have to edit a video.
You're learning.
I got 36 videos waiting to be edited, plus some older ones. All right, well, should we go weird football?
Let's do a weird football.
Okay. Which weird football? Because we also got a weird baseball. This one's
weird
heavy.
Green box.
Yeah, this one's really heavy.
Well, let's do the heavy one then.
There might be some good stuff in it.
I don't know. I just think that's fair enough.
Shelby, even though you're figuring out your stuff, type in the chat. Do you want green box, heavy baseball, or average football? Weird box.
Heavy baseball.
This really heavy. Like, this is like empty compared to this. Like, I mean, there's a good amount of stuff in here, but this heavy.
Open it.
All right.
I'm not sure who our Facebook participant is, but hello.
Yeah. Thanks for the like. Also, I'm gonna never mind. I'll just open it like I did last time. All right. So, weird ass baseball collector's edge. It says 1 in 8 contains a hit. It says randomly inserted cards, packs, parallels, autographs, and more. So, hopefully we get some parallels and autographs. Here is the lucky coin. Oh, there she is. Let's see. Is you alive?
Just barely.
Okay. Well, Dad wants to open the weird baseball. Do you want to open the weird baseball, the weird football, or the green football?
I think weird baseball.
Yeah, this one's real heavy. You felt this one.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna dig in. Maybe we'll pull an autograph on the stream.
Hopefully.
All right. Oh my God, this thing's packed. Look at this. All right, we do got one pack, and it is a Donruss baseball puzzle and cards. It has 3 puzzle pieces and 15 picture cards. This is as old as it gets. It's like not like a package. It's like folded and glued. Like
That's the way they used to come when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are pretty old. So we might
there should be a stale stick of bubble gum in there too.
Maybe. All right, I got the top half. We got a. All right, I'm gonna go full screen. All right. Julio Cruz. Jose Bautista. Well, this one is backwards. Does this even have a name on it? Oh, there it is. John Lackey. Ooh, this looks really nice. Orlando Cabrera.
Looks nice.
Okay. Let me fix some of these so they're not all backwards. Yeah, I'm going to organize a couple of those so we can get them where we can see them. All right. Fernando Salas, rookie card. I don't know what year this is. 2009.
Wow. Jack McKeon.
Manager card.
Flip.
Matt Carson, also a rookie card from 2009. Bowman. John Smoltz.
Awesome pitcher. Ooh, what's that?
Here's a Future Stars card. I'm not even going to try to say that guy's name. For the Padres. Mr. Tim. Pirates. Whoa. Hello. Jason Bay.
Yep. That's been a
Pretty
while.
cool. It's shiny. Oh, here's another one. Rockies. Jason Jennings. Luis. Yeah. For the Yankees. More backwards cards. I'm trying not to look at these, and I'm just trying to fix them. All right. I think that's was Kyle.
Looks nice.
Kyle Farnsworth. Andy Petite? Is that what it says?
Pettit.
Pettit?
Very good pitcher.
Dennis? Mr. Dennis? Cecil Fielder? Is that his real name? Is his last name
Cecil.
Fielder?
Yeah,
Cecil?
Cecil Fielder.
Vinny Castilla?
Castillo.
Ooh.
What is that?
Jamie Johnson? First Bowman card?
I don't know him.
I don't think this is a legitimate autograph. This is just a printed one. Looks nice, though. It's a first Bowman card. All right. Sweet Spot Classic. Whitey Ford. It's a nice looking card. So we can't really read his name. '70 or 1990, Steve Finley.
I used to have a ton of those Fleer 1990s cards.
Very nice. Here's another one, back to back of him. I can hear my dog just growling.
I don't know why she's growling.
Corey Little.
Lytle.
Abraham Nunez. Fleer Tradition.
Does it say
This
rookie
is a
debut?
1997 debut card.
I don't think he made it.
It's a cool
Nice
looking
looking
card,
card, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice card. Oh, what's this? Tops Attacks 2010 head-to-head card game in stores March 2010. Oh, well, they got a code. If anyone wants to play the 2010 cards game. Glenn Perkins, rookie card. Tim Salmon,
What year is that?
vintage. I would say 2000.
I don't know how that one. Tim Salmon was one of those guys that there were some of his cards that had some really serious value.
Yeah, this says it has the dates from 1992 to 2000 on it. It's a vintage card. Might be 2001. Randy Johnson.
There you go.
Yeah. It's not one of the early ones, though, is it?
I don't think so.
89, 90.
It's about third or fourth year.
Ooh, that dropped, yeah.
Who that?
Season highlights, June 1st, 1999. Roger Clemens
As a Yankee.
as a Yankee. And then Calvin Jones.
Calvin!
Ooh, wrong way. Seth Smith.
What a basic name.
That's such a basic name. All right, here is, let's flip these over so we got them all going the right way. There are a lot of cards in here.
Well, it is the jumbo box, isn't it?
No, this isn't a jumbo box. This is just the Walgreens box.
Oh,
Yeah, those are all in the living room.
I didn't know if you grabbed one.
Nope, this is the one Gene picked up for us.
Very nice.
There's so many of these. Let me lay them down for a second so I can get them all going the same way. All right. Check. Dwayne Henry.
That's a nice looking card.
Yeah, it's kind of like the heritage cards. I don't know if it is or not, but it's a Topps card, so maybe.
Well, that's where the Heritage got their.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg Brock. What a mustache, man. It's like halfway there.
That
Plus
96.
wings. He's got
Yeah.
wings.
Don Russ 91. Bill Buckner. What a name. He's got a mustache on him.
He's got a stash. He also screwed up the World Series for the Mets.
Rich Rodriguez.
Left-handed pitcher.
Mike. Another
Flanagan.
mustache. That's a NASCAR mustache.
That's a NASCAR mustache.
Looks like Jeff Gordon.
It does. Willie Wilson.
Willie Wilson.
Hell yeah.
That's a Kansas City boy.
Kansas City boy.
Flip.
Mike Jackson.
I like these green bordered cards.
I do too. Tim,
Corcoran.
1986.
Uh-oh. Jay Buhner.
91. Oh,
Is it Paul Goldschmidt?
as a Diamondback.
We can't get away from that guy, man.
Dude, we have so many of his cards.
What year is that one, Boo?
18.
Looks like it is 2018. It has the stats from 13 to 17.
Okay.
I swear, every pack of cards we open, we have a Paul Goldschmidt.
We do. JC Ramirez. I think we have one of his cards too.
Nice.
Lance McCullers. Fuck the Astros. Liam Hendricks. Cameron Rupp. Gary Sanchez. That's a basic name, too. Isaac Galloway, rookie card from 2018. Danny Salazar. I'm having a hard time with these sideways cards. Yasmani Grandal.
Yep.
All right. Austin Hedges.
Austin Hedges.
2 Patrick cards in a row. That arm's getting tired. Kevin Maz. Darren Lewis. Oop. Pete. Something. Harnish.
He was a good pitcher.
It's a cool looking card. This one's backwards.
Jason Giambi.
Oh. I like that one.
That could be a good one.
I do
I
like
think
that
it
one.
might be.
The back of it looks real nice too. Mike McFarland, a Royals catcher. Mark Johnson.
There's another basic name. I'm Mark Johnson. I'm Steve Smith.
Shane Mack. I'm Steve Smith. Brady Anderson. What? Oh, I thought I said Tim Anderson. I was like, how do we get 2 Andersons in a row?
Montreal Expos.
Timmy Wallach.
That's where Tom Brady came from.
I know. Would it be crazy to pull a Tom Brady card out of one of these boxes?
Yeah, that would be nuts. Jacob Turner.
I went to school with a kid.
Hey!
Moose!
Moose!
Beautiful.
We'll keep that one. I'll separate that one. Oh, this card looks nice. Carlos Siva, 2005.
Silva.
Jay Bell. Tops 40 years of baseball. Come a long way. All right, here's our last stack.
Damn, there are a lot of cards in those.
I told you. Glenn Hubbard.
Good ball player.
Matt Garza.
Matt Garza. Has a printed signature on it.
Is it printed?
It looks printed. Yeah, there's no way that's a legitimate. Let me fix these cards. I didn't fix these too. All right. I saw some rookie cards in here. Brett Myers. Oh, we got a red one. We got a red boy. Oh, it's a rookie card.
Drew Stubbs rookie card, huh?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That is.
Just for nostalgia.
Yeah.
Damian Miller, catcher. Boston.
Red 6.
Another rookie card.
Cubby.
Another rookie card. Says Brew Crew knockout. They're fighting, but they're just pretending. Rookie. Joe Blanton. Travis Snyder. Here's
Ooh.
another red. Terry McGriff.
Really good.
I like the uniform. It's a with the heritage. This one is. A lot of them aren't, but Tyler Chatwood.
David Carpenter.
Rookie card. Oh, there's a stash.
Andy
That's an
McGaffigan.
stash. Jason Kipnis. Hey,
Aaron Harang.
Aaron Harang.
Long time red.
Dallas Braden. Last but not
Nice time to freeze.
Yep.
Are you
I was like, where did I go? All right.
Who was that last card?
What?
We didn't see that last card.
Oh, sorry.
Casey Kochman. Gotcha.
All right. This actually feels like it's made of wax.
Yeah, it's a wax pack.
So, well, it doesn't say it, but I was
What?
just letting you know. I just like feel weird even opening this. All right, let's get something good out of it. Oh, we got a puzzle piece. First thing. It's like an arm. Oh, no, legs. I don't think we'll ever collect that entire puzzle, but it's pretty cool.
Maybe someone's missing that piece.
And then this is the first card on it is a checklist, I think, of all the cards in the there's little boxes you can check off. All right. Rob Deere. Ted Power.
There's another one.
Red leg.
Gene Garber. Hey!
Barry Larkin.
Which one? What year is that?
Very nice.
88?
Very, very nice.
That's close to a rookie, isn't it?
Yep, his rookie year was 86.
Wow. That's a good one.
That is a good one. James Steels.
Hey, don't say that about him.
Willie Randolph.
Where'd he run off to?
Chris Bando.
Dad joke hour.
I know.
Ty Deaney. Ed Nunez. Is this his name? Chili?
Chili Davis.
That's awesome. Now I'm hungry. Hey, here's a rated rookie. Is he worth anything? Was he?
Nelson Liriano?
Yes.
I don't think so, but I think it was Francisco, the one that was valuable, but can't remember.
What about him?
Don't know him.
Kirk Gibson.
Oh, famous.
Ozzie Virgil. That's it. Let's bring the crew back. Dude, there were so many cards in there.
That was a lot of cards.
Like,
Yeah, I think you got your money's worth out of that pack.
it's only like $5, I think. I probably could get $5 for that Barry Larkin card.
You can find a collector that would want it, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. That's good.
Are we
Thick.
Are we ready to call it a day? Because I've got animals losing their shit.
I am ready to call it a day.
Okay, because I don't think there's anybody left in here but us. Moose.
Moose.
Between Moose and that Barry Larkin card.
I think there's a couple others in there.
There are a couple others in there, but I'm pretty stoked about the move. So maybe the Aaron Harang Dodgers one. I wish he was a Red in this card, but
Okay.
Strikers can't.
Let's close this thing down and go to bed. Love you guys.
All right. Love
Love you.
you.